Hello everyone, welcome to another video. On this video we're going to be talking about the latest update on our stock image generator AI. So on pretty much the whole diffusion models on the market, all the AI models that can generate images, there are a couple of issues, and there were three issues that our users were actually encountering the most, and we wanted to fix them. The number one reason was faces, hands, and many other aspects. What happens is that whenever you'll generate people with 6 fingers, or you're gonna have people with 50 teeth, etc. And so what was happening was that it wasn't realistic. So that was the number one issue. The number two issue were the text. So pretty much if you ever generated some kind of an image with AI, you always encounter these issues where the texts are not necessarily clear. Since they are very vectorial things, AI models are actually having very hard time. And the third thing, which is a very specific thing to our niche, is that none of those AI models actually had this contextual understanding of the holidays such as Black Friday, Christmas, New Year's Eve, whatever, those advertising days. The AI models usually, when you give prompts about, hey, make me a visual that gives, let's say, Black Friday vibes, the problem is that the AI model is never actually trained in that way. So what we wanted to do with this diffusion model is that we got one of the best open source commercially free diffusion models on the market, and what we were doing is that we actually took the model and trained it in a way that 3 of those problems are actually fixed. So the faces are way better, there is almost no issues with number of fingers, etc. The number 2 is that what we've done is that we fine-tuned in a way, and we found a new algorithm where actually it writes the text in a way better way compared to any other model on the market. And the third one is that we've been actually building a big data set of this advertising holidays such as Black Friday, and what we've done is that we trained this model with this data set. And since we've basically fixed these 3 models and we've been working on optimization and also trying to make it faster and better, we finally came up with a new stock image AI model. So this AI model is included in every plan, regardless of you're at the lowest plan or the highest plan of AdCreative AI. And of course, you know that AdCreative AI today is the only platform since the beginning that never charges you for prompting or generation. You can generate hundreds of visuals till you like one, and then you use 1 credit or 1 download and you get the assets. And that is super important. Why that is super important? Because with this reason, the way that we built it is that you as a user and us as a company, we are super aligned. You want to use the most advanced AI model out there to get the best outputs and to make sure that you don't have to spend hours and hours prompting. And we need to give you the best AI models that are super precise, that knows advertising holidays, that knows the market, that knows how to write text, etc. So we want to make sure that you do 1 or 2 prompts and you get the perfect visual possible. This way, we don't actually run too many GPUs and basically spend too much money on generating. And if you're working with another application or a company that actually charges you based on prompting, basically what happens is that you're not aligned. The more you prompt, the better for them, but it's not necessarily good for you. So let's go back to our stock images AI. As you know, none of the steps have changed, just the fundamental model behind has changed. The very first step is you select any of the sizes, and of course, if you ever tried any other application, you're going to see that AdCreative AI today is the only platform that gives you all these sizes. So regardless of square, landscape, story, portrait, etc., we even do the Pinterest format. So in this example, I'm going to do the square image. On the next one, again, you're going to see that we do something super unique. We have a lot of different styles that you can select from. Each one of them actually are different fine-tuned version of the same AI model that understands that styles more. And if you don't have any of them, you can actually write your own style, and AdCreative AI is going to create that style for you. And the last one is called Style Match. And Style Match is basically you upload an image, and our AI model understands the color schemes and the styles, etc. So when you generate it, we are going to generate exactly in that style. So in this example, I'm going to go with realistic. So since we're generating for AdCreative AI brand and Black Friday is pretty much around the corner, let's go ahead and write something about a person holding, let's say, Black Friday on a cardboard. Since it's advertising, let's go with Times Square in Times Square, and you're gonna see that it doesn't matter if I do grammatical mistakes. If you're like me, where English is not necessarily your mother tongue, it doesn't necessarily matter, because AdCreative AI is gonna actually improve that and fix it. A person holding Black Friday on a cardboard in Times Square, close shot, happy. That's pretty much it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click on this brain improve prompt, and you're gonna see that AdCreative AI is gonna rewrite that prompt for a better output. Looks pretty good to me. What I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna click on generate. So you're gonna see that not only generation speed is way improved with this model, where we've been really working on the speed. And one of the things that we do at AdCreative AI, not only we don't charge you for prompting, we also make sure that you get those outputs as fast as possible. So as you can see, in the middle one, you don't see the face, but the faces are super good, and the texts are on all of them pretty much perfect. If you need another 3, all you need to do is click on generate more, and it's going to generate 3 more. And you're going to see that in each one of those visuals there is something called commercially safe. What we do is we do 2 things. Number 1 is the reverse engineering to understand what visual was actually attributed to the creatives that are in the dataset, so that we can go to those creatives in the dataset to understand if those ones are commercially safe or not. But one of the most important things we do is that for each visual we do half a second of scanning. So another AI model that we have, which checks, basically it's a commercial checker AI we call it, and what it does is that it scans the visual to see if there is any aspects or objects that can actually basically put you in trouble, such as brands of other companies, logos, etc., and all of those things. So another 3 visuals that are commercially safe. You can see that Black Friday is pretty good, and all the faces, and in this one even the depth is absolutely perfect. So that is pretty much it. That is the new AI model. But of course, since we're doing a video, let's go try something more experimental, or let's say more difficult. So I'm just gonna go up and change the prompt completely, and I'm gonna write something like so I'm gonna write in a very bad English. So I'm gonna write something like AdCreative written in the sky in the form of clouds, lots of flowers around. So that's it. That's what I'm gonna try. So this is a bit harder because, you know, it's not only about writing text, it's writing text in a different like just the words needs to be clouds, right? So this is gonna be one of the hardest things for the AI model. Potentially it may take a second or 2 for it to actually try to come up with something, but let's see what it's going to come up with. Not so bad. So AdCreative AI, AdCreative, and AdCreative looks good. Still not what I was waiting for. I wanted to do in the form of clouds, and I think the flower part actually confused the AI. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually remove all of this, and not with, but in the form of fluffy white clouds. Let's give this a try. Because for some reason it's changes that part. Let's give it a look. So I'm asking something very advanced here. This part was already pretty good. Like, I'm super surprised. The third one is actually a very well done visual. Let's give this tree a try. That's actually getting there. And the third one is exactly what I was looking for. AdCreative written in the clouds, like in the cloud form. That's pretty good. And of course there's commercially safe, so we make sure that those visuals, there is nothing that can put you in trouble in terms of safety, in terms of anything else, such as nobody can sue you saying that, hey, this was my art was used in training, etc. Because since you're going to be using this for advertising, we want to make sure that you are always safe. So that's pretty much it. That's our new stock image generation that not only does the faces, hands, etc., the teeth is super perfect, not only it can now write text, the third one, now it can also understand the advertising holidays very well. So that's a big leap in diffusion generation. This is a really big leap in advertising, and I think I mean, we launched this like 48 hours ago, and I can see that this is already one of the most used features of AdCreative AI right now, and people are really generating a lot of visuals. And again, as you can see, since I started this video and I generated what now, there is 3 times 4, there's 12 creatives generated, and I didn't use a single creative, so I haven't paid anything so far. I'm only going to pay if I like this visual, let's say, and if I want it in 1K for social media advertising, whatever purpose, or if I need it for 2Ks, then I pay 2 downloads or 2 credits. So let's use just one. You're gonna see that it's just gonna decrease 1. And that's it. You can generate as much as you want. Our job is to make sure that we give you the best models, best outputs, most on-brand visuals, so that you need as less generation as possible and you get the best visual. So we are super aligned, and that's also one of the biggest reasons that AdCreative AI today is the #1 most used tool for advertising. And that's gonna be it. There's quite a bit of features this week, so there's gonna be quite a bit of videos launch on our channel, and I'll see you on the next one.